Hi, my name is Jillian Marcellin, and for my final project, I'd like to talk about an organization called the Thirst Project. The Thirst Project is an organization that works to fight the world water crisis that is affecting billions of people around the world. And before I get into talking about the Thirst Project themselves some more, I'd like to talk about what the world water crisis is and give you some more background on that. Like I was saying, the world water crisis is affecting people all around the world. 663 million people live without clean drinking water, and 2.4 billion people live without improved sanitation. Which means, on average, women and children walk 3.75 miles per day to get water for their families, and the water that they're bringing back is very unclean and filled with diseases. And to carry this water in, they're using jerry cans, which are these things in the photos right here. And these jerry cans weigh around 44 pounds each. And I want you just to imagine a kid around the age of a 4th or a 5th grader, because that's how old these two right here are, carrying 44 pounds of water home every day to their families so they can have water, and the water that they're bringing back isn't even healthy, and they just don't have access to anything else. Like I was saying, it's affecting people all over the world, and I really want to stress that, because when I was talking to some people about this project, there was a slight illusion that it only is affecting countries in Africa, and that's not completely true. It's affecting them, but it is affecting a lot of other countries around the world. Like right here in this photo is a photo from India, and you can see in the water that they're drinking and getting, there is a lot of dirt and a lot of garbage. And because of all this dirt and garbage, it's very unhealthy for them to be drinking at all. And this will be causing them sickness and very poor hygiene, but it'll also decrease their education and jobs and create a poor economy for their country. Like I was saying, this is causing them a lot of diseases. So every 21 seconds there's a death because of a waterborne disease, and 41 to 4,200 kids die per day, because typically small children don't have a strong enough immune system to fight these waterborne diseases. So here is a list of some of the diseases that are very common for them to be getting because of this dirty water, and it's very easily preventable by giving them clean water, because all of these are found in water like this. And this is what they're drinking every day when we don't help them get clean drinking water. And like I was also saying earlier, this is affecting their jobs and education. It tends to fall on women and children, and the children are typically around the ages of 8 to 13, to go get water for their families. And this keeps them from getting jobs and education because of these long walks, and collectively throughout their whole life they're going to spend around 2 million hours fetching this water instead of getting an education or a job. So I threw this photo in because this is what it could be if we could just get them this clean drinking water. These children right here, instead of going and getting water for their families, would be in school and getting an education, and then people like this man would have a job because he could go and teach these children now, and it would just go and help them learn, but it'll also improve their economy, because people like him can get a job now. A few weeks ago, I was talking to a volunteer trying to get more information about the Thirst Project, and while she did tell me a lot of the things that I was able to find online, she did give me this quote that I think represents their organization very well. It's about giving more than just their basic human right. It's about community. And the more I learned about the Thirst Project, the more I found this to be very true, and I think you'll be able to see this in the next few slides. So, now to talk about the Thirst Project. Their mission is pretty simple. They aim to end the global water crisis by creating a socially conscious generation. They want to educate students about the crisis and help them start supporting the cause. And they also want to stop waterborne diseases. They were founded in 2007 by several college students. And in 2012, they pledged to bring clean drinking water to all of Swaziland by 2022. And that is currently their big project. And then after Swaziland, they want to take more action in India. So here is the team of people who you would probably talk to if you wanted to get involved and be more interested in the Thirst Project. So I thought I'd just throw that in so you kind of got an idea of who these people are. So these are countries that they're either currently in or have worked with. The bold ones right here are where they currently are, and these are where they have been. And I'll talk about a few of these countries more specifically in a few minutes. I also wanted to throw in this slide because in the comments for the first presentation, a lot of people asked, oh, do they work with people in the US? Do they help people from the Flint, Michigan crisis and all of those kind of things? And the answer is no, and here's the reasons why. They want to focus more outside of the US because they believe that we have more of a support system, because we can go and get clean drinking water from a store in a bottle or something like that, and there are a bunch of people who are working to try to help those people already, whereas these people in these other countries don't have the same kind of support system that we do. And also, a lot of people would think like, oh, but what about the people who are homeless? The people who are homeless technically still have access to clean drinking water due to drinking fountains and public restrooms and things like that. So they want to just focus more on countries that don't have those kind of places to go. And there are a lot of different ways to donate. They suggest starting a club or fundraising. They even have suggested donating your birthday, so instead of getting presents and a new iPad or whatever for your birthday, ask people to donate money to the cause. Or you could just go simple and donate to their website. And all these proceeds go to the villages and the people who are affected by this crisis. And here is a photo from their website kind of explaining where all the money goes. So if you spend $25, it'll give one person clean water, $50 for a married couple. It will, for $100, you can adopt a family and give them clean drinking water. Or for $1,200, you can fund your own well and change a whole village's life. And I actually know someone who was able to fundraise that much money for these villages to actually get a whole well, which was pretty cool. And as for where your money goes, first a village has to commit to this process. Then they elect people to a committee, and it will be 5 women and 5 men. Then they do groundwater survey tests. They drill a borehole, which I will talk a little bit more about in the next few slides. Then they do a couple test pumps and performances for their well. The construction of the well will be started. Operation and maintenance funded, open in the community's name. Then the committee is trained on how to maintain their well. And then 10th, the people who donated the money will get information. This will take around 21 months to complete. And then here is what a borehole is. They go down into the aquifer. It is a very deep well, large in diameter, but the only con is the recharge rate for the aquifer, which you've learned a lot about throughout this course. India is one of the countries that they have worked with and are currently in. So some background into the people. Life expectancy is 66 years old, and to compare it to a U.S. citizen, we live around 78.8 years on average, and the mortality rate for children is 5 years old. For most children, actually. And then 21% of India suffers from hunger, and 40% of students drop out of secondary school. And the first project's work with them has been, they have brought 1,460 biosand filters for them, which I'll talk about in the next slide, and they have served 6,572 people. And then here is what a biosand water filter is. It's made of plastic and concrete. It's about the size of a water office cooler, and it works by, you pour the water into it, there's a diffuser plate where it spreads the water over the sand. The water goes through the sand and gravel levels, and then clean water exits it through this little pipe right here. And Swaziland is their main concern right now and their big project. It is the second smallest country in Africa, and 19% of the population is affected by HIV, which can be helped and slowed down in process by giving them clean drinking water. And then their commitment is to give the entire country clean drinking water, and the work that they have currently done is 194 projects and 127,019 people served. They've also worked in the Philippines to do relief work after the typhoon that hit in 2013, and 6,700 people were served. Overall, the Thirst Project has created 1,754 projects. They have been in 13 countries, and they have served 285,599 people. And here are all of my references. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed that.